Hey, here we are outside of Fobes Memorial Library in Oakham, Massachusetts. Out here you see the windows have been repainted. We took a lot of trouble to get the color right so that it matched the existing color. The windows were peeling, the glazing was falling out of some of the glass. So there was a lot of work that was needed to get the windows looking good again. On the lower windows you see there's some security grates. So those had to be removed. The windows had to be cleaned and repaired and painted. And then the security grates were painted and installed. All of the lower windows have those security grates. So there was a bunch of work that was needed on that. So up here we have, you see the upper windows have those diamond grids in them. A lot of those, the glazing was falling out of them. So there was a lot of work to getting the glazing intact and getting it painted back to match the original. It has to look new, that's what we do. So over here on the side, you see more of the same. The lower window has the security grates. The upper window on this side is a little more simple. There's storms over the grids. We had to take those apart and repair the grids on the inside and repaint them, paint the trim around the window, and then we had to put the storms back on. Up top, there's some kind of a metal sculpture that's a part of the building. Not exactly sure what that is, but that was rusty and it needed some work. So we had to do some restoration work on that. On this side, the lower windows got repainted and some of the uppers, and some of them were okay. So we may end up doing those at a later date, but all of the lowers needed to be done. They were in rough shape. The weather really attacks the lower window sills and the snow sits on them, so that the painting doesn't last long on them. We were able to get them looking really good. Over here, the rear entry to the library. That's a nice entryway. And this thing was in rough shape, so we had to do a lot of prep work on it. We used a spray gun, but we had to wrap the building up. We had to wrap the stonework up in plastic to keep the overspray off of the stone. So we had to wrap the building up real tight and use the spray gun on it. So over here, we have some windows that need to be worked on too, and you can sort of see the building is round, and that's a challenge enough, and the walkway comes down on an angle. So setting the ladders up was really tricky, and it took some time. The slowest part of this part of the building was just getting the ladder set up. And these windows, the lower windows were in particularly rough shape, so we had to do quite a bit of work over here. But the work that we did is superior to what was done before, so it will last longer than what was there. Like most exterior projects, I will continue to monitor the condition of this at no cost to the client. This being a public building, I'll just come by here on a regular basis. When I'm in the area, I'll take a look at how everything's holding up. And if things deteriorate over time, I'll consult with the client to just take care of things on a touch-up basis. It makes more sense to maintain it over the course of the years, spending a little bit of money here and there, and the place always looks great, and you never have to suffer with extreme replacement of wood and stuff like that can happen if you just totally neglect it. So both private and public projects, I like to stay in touch with the client and make suggestions on continuing maintenance. And of course, up front, we do the best products and procedures that we can to cut that maintenance down. The customer gets a lot of value out of that. And as far as me monitoring the ongoing, there's no cost to that. I just do that for the sake of being a good contractor and for the benefit of the client. So it's a service to them that they don't have to constantly be worried about what's going on the outside of their building.